The St. Andrews Parents Association welcomes you to Farm to Table presents Baked It, the Valentine's Edition. Baked It is brought to you by a generous donation from Bank Plus, our chef de cuisine sponsor, and our Epicurean sponsors, and from the following culinary sponsors. Thank you.
For years, Farm to Table was an annual live dinner event with top chefs creating fantastic feasts for 200 lucky ticket-holding diners. Then last year, the whole world changed, and we responded with Baked It, a socially distanced fundraiser featuring St. Andrews community members competing in a fun and funny baking competition, a one-time event, or so we thought. I'm Rita Brent, back once again as your host of Farm to Table's Baked It, but this year we're trying something a little different and a little sweeter. 3 teams will compete to recreate some scrumptious sweet treats from Jackson Institution, Nandy's Candy. Our fearsome contestants, who will use their sweet skills or lack thereof, are all here in the Commons at the upper school to make candy and raise money for St. Andrews. Will it be a sweetheart match or a Valentine's Day massacre? Let's meet our amateur confectioners.
First up is the Sweetheart Saints, 2 of the most popular guys at the lower school. Head of Security William Brown and Director of Facilities Greg Bouillon.
I worked for St. Andrews for 5 years.
And I've been here at St. Andrews almost 21 years.
Both my sons go to school at St. Andrews, and my wife was an Alpha Omega at St. Andrews, so I'm just happy to help out in any way. We have a fun job. We get to greet people in the morning and see them off in the afternoons lots of times. That's one of our roles, is doing carpool. You get to meet a lot of different families.
That's right.
Get to hear their stories. It's pretty nice to see that whole transition and watch other people's kids grow up, and our kids.
I was glad to do anything when it come down to St. Andrews because I've been here so long until it's a bond here for me. Anytime a challenge come up for me to be involved with St. Andrews, I usually say yes.
Next up is the Cutie Pie Coaches. This highly competitive team is made up of girls basketball coach Bernie King and his assistant coach Sarah Spann.
For me, the opportunity to give back to St. Andrews that has done so much for me and my family. As you know, we have a long family history here, and anytime that St. Andrews calls, I want to be one of the first to step forward to help out.
And same, now getting accustomed to St. Andrews and be a part of the community in more ways than one, so I want to take advantage of giving back and really embracing what it means to be a Saint.
And last but not least, the Amore administrators. This team of veteran administrators is made up of head of school Kevin Lewis and school chaplain, the Reverend Annie Elliott.
This is my 18th year, first year as head, and I am a parent of an alum and a parent of a current junior at St. Andrews.
I am one of the school chaplains, and I have 2 children, Jack and Henry, in 2nd grade and in kindergarten, and I've been here for 10 years. My kids are a huge fan of a very similar baking show, and I felt like if I turned down this opportunity, I would never hear the end of it from them. But of course, I wanted to be supportive and helpful.
The St. Andrews Parents Association is a huge asset for the school and supports the school in so many ways. It's just a wonderful organization, so any way that we can give back to support that organization, we'd like to do that.
As you can see, Coach and I have been working really hard. You can see
my face.
all the flour and everything, but this is our finished product, and I know they'll be good.
It looks so good. My mouth watering, Coach. What's up? Chill out.
Today, one of you will be the winner of Farm to Table Baked It, the Valentine's Edition, presented by Bank Plus. But first, you must impress me. Oh, and our 2 judges. Sorry, I forgot about you guys for a second. Okay. To my right, we have Mr. Scott Albert Johnson, a musician and a St. Andrews employee. Now, most of you may recognize Scott as the Associate Director of College Counseling for St. Andrews, or as the father to St. Andrews students, Charlie, Benjamin, and Lily Margaret, or maybe even as a graduate of St. Andrews, and we won't tell anyone the year, 1945, I'm just kidding. But many of you may not realize also that back in 2003, Scott worked at Nandy's Candy. So you come in with an expertise, right, today?
Well, I guess you could say that. I just did what they told me to do and tried not to eat too much of the stuff I was making. But,
Okay.
Yeah, it was a great experience.
Oh, thanks for being here, Scott.
My pleasure.
Where's your harmonica? Did you bring it?
Right here.
All right, we'll make a selection from Scott.
Yeah, right on.
To my left here, joining us for a second time is Jeff Good. I'm sure our viewers at home will recognize Jeff as the co-owner of several popular and delicious restaurants. We have Broad Street Bakery, Sal and Mookie's, Bravo, and, let me make sure I get this right, Mangia Bini Catering?
You almost got it.
Benet? Mangia Benet?
Mangia bene.
Mangia Bene.
Just makes you hungry, doesn't it?
Is that Italian?
It's Italian. It's Italian for good eating. Eat well. It is great to be here. You know, we've our girls were Alpha Omega students here, and my wife worked at St. Andrews for 15 years teaching Latin, and it is great to be here to get diabetes again today. I can't wait.
Oh, as if we don't have enough to worry about in the world.
It's so sweet.
So contestants, are you ready for your first challenge? Yes. Okay, I kind of expected the coaches to have the most enthusiasm. There we go.
We have a different mindset.
Different mindset. Okay.
Focus.
Focused. All right. So before we get started, Reverend Annie, as we discovered last year, there's a lot that can go wrong with sometimes the most simple challenges. So do you have a quick prayer or something to ward off any evil spirits that might get in the way today?
Let us pray. Loving God, you turned water into wine, and you multiplied the loaves and the fishes. We, your humble servants, can do neither of those things, and we fear we can't do whatever we're supposed to do today either. Please be with us. Please drive far from us all doubts or concerns, and bring your angels amongst us as we do our best. Amen.
Amen. Amen. That's so nice of you. I would have prayed for my team to beat the other teams. So.
Yeah, we don't do that. It's tacky, I think.
All right, well, I feel better already. Thank you for that prayer.
You're welcome.
All right, it is now time to introduce your first challenge to you. Scott, would you do the honors, please?
My pleasure. Moment of truth, y'all.
Ooh. All right, I see some stumped faces. Oh boy. So this challenge is going to be making Nandy's homemade marshmallows. Anybody have experience?
I thought the marshmallows came from the Easter Bunny. We have to make these?
Yeah.
I thought they came from a bag in the grocery store, but yeah.
Okay. Yeah, this is going to be a long day, Jeff.
It's going to be long.
This is going to be a long day.
Marshmallows are actually a very old treat, first enjoyed in ancient Egypt as far back as 2000 BC. Their name comes from the mallow plant, whose root was used in their creation and actually grows in marshes. Today, chocolate-covered marshmallows are a confectionery staple at Nandy's Candy, and seasonally flavored marshmallows are a hit at the holidays as well.
Well, there are some basic instructions at your stations that will help you make the marshmallows, and also a buzzer at your table in case you run into some problems. You hit the buzzer and Scott will answer 3 questions for you. The winner of this round will get a special prize. So this is a competition, all right? So let's have some enthusiasm. You have 30 minutes to complete this challenge, but be careful. Your success in the final challenge is partially dependent on this challenge. All right, so contestants, are you ready?
Yeah.
Are you sure you're ready to make some marshmallows?
Yeah.
All right, to your stations.
We'll be right back after this word from our sponsor.
How local is Bank Plus? We're here, and here. And we're with you here, and here. Wherever, whenever you need us. We make our banking decisions right here because local means more than a location. It means a commitment to deliver more for our customers and our communities. Your bank, your plus. Bank Plus.
Set it right here.
Yeah. Gelatin.
All right, there go.
Grab gelatin.
We still walk.
Man, peace be still. That's what he told. Jesus told Peter in the water.
I don't know what you just said, but I'll
It's
pour
fine.
it to 2
Just pour it
cups.
to 2 cups. And see, now you've got a nice little mark.
Yes, okay.
So from there to there should be a half a cup.
Oh, Got it. Smart.
Thank
I'll
you.
keep
While you
stirring.
stir.
I don't
Yeah,
see
you
no
stir.
steam.
I'll measure.
Don't look over
Oh,
here.
sorry. Look over there, William and Greg.
Oh man, it feels so good to be back.
This has been a surreal year and a half. And last year when we did this, we were, pre-vaccine, still with limited dining capacities in the restaurants, and a real question whether, we were going to be able to continue and what that looked like. So a year later, I am blessed that we have more business we know what to do with. Our biggest struggle is finding enough hearts and hands to do the work. Thankfully, we have attractive workplaces, and I've really tried to become as much of a pastoral care leader as I can.
Okay.
There's some good St. Andrews principles there. I'm trying to listen a lot, I'm trying to learn a lot, and I certainly am not demonizing anybody for their needs in their life. So when somebody says I can only work a couple shifts and I need them this way, we try to bend. And it's out of necessity, but it's also out of trying to be a good employer in a marketplace where people, we're all under a lot of stress. But
Yes.
it is nice to be away from that.
Yes.
And here to eat some sugary delights. So I am thankful for that. It's great to see you again. And great
You
to
as
be here
well.
with Scott. I mean,
Yes.
this is going to be awesome.
Well, Scott, I know you have some experience in the food industry because you used to work at Nandy's Candy, right?
I did. I was working there one day, and I'd been there for a few weeks, and this young woman came into the shop, and her name was Leighton Barrett, and she was also a St. Andrews alum. And I knew her a little bit because her sister Ellen had been in my class. And I also knew one of her other sisters, Susan Margaret, just a little. And so we were talking, and I was telling her about what I'd been doing, and that I was, pursuing music, but I was, doing Nandy's too. And she said, well, you really ought to call Susan Margaret. And I took that as a hint, and one wedding and 3 kids later, we're still going strong. So wow. Nandy's, honestly, I can truly say Nandy's Candy gave me the 4 greatest gifts of my life. So,
that is amazing.
Wow.
What a beautiful story.
It's like with chocolate on top of it and a little
Yeah.
bow.
Yeah.
Very
I had
sweet
no
reward.
idea, Scott. That is absolutely true.
Yeah, I probably never mentioned that to you.
Yeah. Well, I'll tell you what, let's take a trip to Nandy's Candy to learn a little bit about their history and see how marshmallows are supposed to be made.
Nandy's Candy was founded by Nancy King in 1980. Her first gig was serving chocolate-covered strawberries at Mistletoe Marketplace. Today, Nandy's is located at Maywood Mart in Northeast Jackson. There they make their confections in-house and sell them both in-store as well as online. Nancy is retired, but her daughter, Emmy, a St. Andrews graduate, now runs the shop.
The chocolate letters are probably one of the oldest molds that we have. I can remember the day that we opened, putting them up on the board. The thing about the letters is that they are loved by everyone of every age. Okay, so Valentine's is the biggest volume of chocolate in the country out during the smallest amount of time. So it's the same for us here. I think we're best known for our chocolate dipped strawberries, and they are delicious. I mean, we do milk white and dark, but we literally dip them constantly for about 24 hours for 3 days. So when you're creating a marshmallow or any kind of confection, because you're using sugar and cooking, let's be honest, it's chemistry. I might not have been the best at chemistry at St. Andrews, but it comes into my life now. So all of this is, where have you cooked your sugar temperature to? Have you watched your sugar? Is the sugar graining on the side of the bowl? Is it not? These are things that if you're not really watching, they can mess up everything. Another part is measuring. You've got to measure everything correctly. If you don't, you're either going to end up with something that's flat or nothing that's going to have that consistency of fluff. These are things that I think that every person who's cooking marshmallows should look for.
A small bowl. No cheats. You ever made marshmallows?
Never made them.
Me neither. All right.
We're gonna make some good marshmallows now.
Yeah.
We're gonna win. For these are gonna be the best marshmallows.
After that, we'll do a half a cup of kosher.
A quarter cup of kosher salt.
All right, salt. Quarter of a cup, it says. Seems stupid, but all right. Quarter of a cup, right
That
there.
be way down there.
Yeah.
Some more.
Why
right
not?
there.
You stir it throughout the warming process?
Yeah, because if that sugar sits on the bottom, it'll burn. And then our marshmallows will not taste delicious.
With all this sugar, I think they're going to be delicious.
And we got to go to 240. Softball, hardball,
Firm ball.
Ooh.
In basketball, we prefer that firm, don't we?
Yeah, firm.
Yeah.
Yeah, you got soft crack, hard crack. What kind of thermometer is this?
This right now.
Uh-oh, we blew a fuse. I'll reset that bad boy. Where's it coming from? We pulled too much juice. We're used to things breaking at the lower school, not up here. The blue goes to that.
It's
back
on, Greg.
Yeah, we're back on.
We back on.
All right, we're back on.
All right, Greg, I got the
Candy, you
paper.
gotta be
I think that was
precise.
Bernie sabotaged it.
Yeah, he did.
We're going to have to do some cheating, Coach. It ain't no way around.
Yeah, I think Bernie.
Barney did it too.
Bernie, did you trip our breaker on purpose?
Yeah, that's what he
Yes.
Not very nice.
Oh, that's just the first of many Bob Jungle have.
I didn't know we were playing dirty like that.
They sabotaged us.
We had no power.
Smooth.
I think Scott forgot to
Greg.
pay y'all's bill.
Greg Bouillon,
Yo.
did you cut the power off on us over here?
No, but we just got our power back on.
Oh, okay,
Bernie and
so they're the only ones with power.
Yeah.
All right,
Yes, with
okay.
power.
Conveniently, their power's still working.
William, we've had a breach of security.
I guess they're looking for sympathy over there.
Yeah. Can't show sympathy in sports.
No, they can find that in the dictionary.
Nah. Or ask Siri.
Yeah, ask Siri for
Ask
some
Siri for
sympathy.
some sympathy. Hey Siri, how do you stir with no heat?
We feel that the facility staff, which Greg is one of the leaders in the facility staff, has sabotaged our work because we have no power. I'm sitting here stirring sugar and it's just,
To
just
no effect.
to fruitless because there's no heat.
Right.
Of course, we discovered that 10 minutes into my stirring, but
Right. Right. And he was very clever about it because he also temporarily cut his own power
15
to make it
minutes,
seem like it was an outside force.
15
That Greg
minutes to
Bouillon,
finish your
you have to watch
homemade
him.
marshmallows.
we get an extra 10 minutes. We have no power.
Y'all have no power.
We don't have power.
Oh, well.
I think
No, we don't.
we don't, yeah.
Oh, it came back on.
Yeah.
Okay.
It says, turn mixer on low speed. Pour sugar syrup down the
There
side
you
of the
go.
bowl.
That's on low speed, right? That's the lowest it can go.
But it seems like we are not going to have enough time.
Can we just whip faster?
It says on high, so no.
No.
But I like where your head is. But no.
Cut this.
Cut
Put a
that.
couple of them.
Cut that.
If
All
you
right.
want to put a couple of them in
Yeah,
there,
let's cut it.
right.
All right, let's spread
Hey
that.
guys,
Ah!
what's going on?
What you doing?
You want one of these? There you go. All right.
What's the dog's
Ah, we
name?
don't eat that
What's
one.
the St. Andrews dog's name?
Buddy the Elf. No.
Yeah, I should know that.
Snowball. It's
What is the dog's name? If you know the dog's name, click here, like and follow.
I've been here a long time. I should have known.
Another some of this for the next. You
Yeah.
got to make sure you get it spread out good.
How's it going, coaches? Hey, we
Oh,
working
we
over
going,
here.
we going.
You know,
We going.
dedicated.
Now, who's
You
the
know?
head coach and who's the assistant coach
I'm the
in-
assistant.
in this situation?
And this, she's a head.
I'm the head.
You're the head,
Yeah,
okay.
we bake how we practice.
And how was that?
Hard.
Hard.
Efficient. Consistent,
Now,
you know?
we don't want hard marshmallows.
No,
now.
not no hard marshmallows.
That's better. Okay, well, it's hotter.
Is it there yet?
There it is, coach. And you got add a little brown to it. A little brown honey.
Little. We got
A lot of brown
salt.
6 minutes.
I think more.
Yeah, three more minutes.
More.
Just give it 3 minutes.
This is looking good.
Right, cause let it keep getting thicker.
All right, go.
Slowly, right?
Yep. All right, I'm turning it up.
Better?
all that honey and it still tastes like
Do a little. Yes, all in that wrist, BK.
Feel decent about this, right?
Oh yeah, we're gonna win this with our eyes closed.
Yeah.
Have you ever been in this kitchen?
Yeah, a few times.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, this.
There it is.
We'll lock Annie in the freezer.
All right. Let's
There we
see
go.
there.
I think I got it.
I mean, this is the flattest place, I think. All right.
All right, y'all have never been in this freezer?
No, why would I go in this freezer? Well, we did a thing.
At least ours stayed
We
in
did
place,
it.
Coach.
Yeah.
We did
Stayed
it.
in place.
You dripping all down the
We
side.
ain't dripping on the side or
What are you trying to say?
nothing. We talking about our plate.
Uh-huh.
I like the strategy right here. And ain't gonna come off.
And we lost our confection sugar.
Oh yeah, that looks like marshmallows. Those are real deal marshmallows.
What are we using it for?
All right, somebody hit the buzzer. Somebody hit the buzzer. Scott is coming to your rescue.
Can I help?
Yeah, it's, this consistency is like that. Is that okay?
Look, man, I worked at Nandy's Candy like 19 years ago. I'm not really an expert. I think I'm going to consult an expert to help answer that question, if that's okay.
Okay.
Could anyone get the great Julia Chadwick to come out here?
Okay.
Whoa. It's tornado.
Calling Julia Chadwick. Everyone, get to the floor. Julia Chadwick.
Yes.
Oh my gosh.
Okay, so we have a consistency issue. Maybe it's just additional freezer time we need, but is it supposed to do this?
I don't think so. Can I taste it?
Yes, please.
Oh my God, what did you do to that recipe?
Well, we followed it.
We did follow the recipe.
I think that's the problem. We followed it.
What is wrong?
In retrospect, we should have been more discerning. I think it's a little salty. What do you
It does
think?
taste a little salty.
Oh
And
my
it called
God,
for
a
quarter
fourth of a cup?
Uh-huh.
Have y'all not ever cooked?
Well, we followed the
come on,
recipe.
you don't put a fourth of a cup of salt in anything, unless you're doing boiling shrimp. I mean, come on.
And maybe we were. I don't know. Now,
that's horrible. Horrible.
I don't think they did any better,
Well, good
you
luck.
found that. Thank you.
This
Thank
is so
you.
much fun. I'm
10,
glad y'all are having a great time.
9, 8,
Uh-oh. We're supposed to be cutting it.
6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Drop your cornstarch and your spatulas.
I think we're supposed to put it on the plate.
We were? Oh, on that? I missed that.
Right, done now.
Yeah, it's done. It's definitely done.
All right, judges, the first challenge is complete. Are you ready to see the masterpiece?
Let's do it.
Okay, our first team, well, of course, they deserve a song. How about it? On 3, 2, 3.
When the moon hits your eye like a big pizza pie, that's amore administration.
There we go.
All right.
Good introduction.
Baked it.
Oh, that's amore.
It is amore. So we
Jeff, I
decided.
believe that looks like a Jackson Pollock painting, wouldn't you say, Jeff?
Yes. We decided that because we didn't have as much time for our work to happen because of the issues with our facilities staff, we decided to go with an artistic flair, quality over quantity, and because appearance is so important, right? In the culinary arts, right?
The camera eats first.
Right.
That's right.
Yeah. So what's the flavor profile? What can we expect?
The flavor profile is going to be, chocolate for the kisses that we took from the next challenge, and then a little bit of a salty caramel flavored marshmallow.
Oh,
cream.
That's a first.
I would suggest when you're tasting it to be sure you focus on the chocolate.
All right, our next team is the Cutie Pie Coaches. All right, so coaches, let's see what happened with your marshmallow play here.
Baked it.
Okay.
And we're also embracing the salt. We're not going to make excuses.
All right.
Okay. You're embracing the
We're
salt.
going to embrace it. And what
I
we
can definitely
did to-
see that one, which is
what we did is we added a little more confectionate sugar, and we drizzled with honey.
Nice.
To help cut the salty taste.
For your palate. You know what I'm saying?
So the flavor profile is salty, honey.
Yeah, you're not getting rid of the salt.
Is that
We prefer to call these saltwater taffy marshmallows.
With a little golden drizzle.
Taffy
With a
marshmallows.
little golden drizzle.
Okay.
Well,
so
they
is
do-
that
you know,
cornstarch?
it is
on the
interesting.
plate?
You've got some height and presence there. It's actually
Yes,
pieces.
yeah.
Yeah, it looks like a marshmallow.
You're definitely embracing the St. Andrews motto of "We will find a way, or we will make."
We
it."
made
So,
one.
There you go.
So y'all think you did enough to win this challenge?
Oh yeah.
Facts.
And would your players be proud of this?
Big facts.
Oh yeah.
Big facts.
Oh, yeah.
Big facts.
Okay. But we will see. We'll give your marshmallow tofu a chance, and we'll see.
I'm glad you got water.
Thank you, coaches. Cutie pies.
Cutie pies.
All right. Up next, we have arguably two of the most important people in the school, right? It's security and maintenance. Our sweetheart saints. Now, who's the sweetheart and who's the saint?
I have driven down Old Canton Road every morning, and I see William out there dodging SUVs, trying to whip their kids into the parking lot before 8:02.
Every day.
And
don't
I would
judge.
say
We
that
don't judge.
you are both sweetheart and saint.
Thank you.
Very
What about
nice.
Greg?
He's dead too.
All right, sweetheart saints, will you please reveal your marshmallowy masterpiece?
Go for it. Baked it.
Baked it.
Baked it.
So we have a fusion going on of salinity and sugar.
Yes.
With a little bit of chocolate to really pop the palate. And working at the lower school, we've learned that we like to eat with our hands and really get hands-on. So we suggest you just kind of grab it and just lick it.
That's right.
Kind of like the kids
I'm
would
sorry?
do. Yeah, just lick it. And therefore you get a good sugar, salt kind of infusion in your system. Anything else you want to add to it?
Then we did create by putting chips at the bottom of it,
Yeah.
chocolate chips at the bottom.
So there's a bed of chocolate
So it's
chips.
better at the bottom when you go to eating.
Okay. All right, so flavor profile, you said is going to pop the palate.
It's salinity and sweet. I mean, it's the yin, the yang, it's umami at its best.
Okay, you've been watching Food Network.
Yes, I tried to brush up before we did this.
That's what it sounds
Yeah.
Right.
like. I didn't know what salinity meant. I heard serenity at first, but he said salinity. So
We may need serenity.
yeah. But serenity,
God grant me the power to eat this. Yes.
yeah, control the salt that we cannot take out of this. Excellent. Well, thank you all so much, sweetheart saints.
Thank
We look forward to tasting this masterpiece.
Oh, yeah.
All right, well, let's start with Amore admin.
All righty.
It is it's white.
It's punctuated by chocolate drops or kisses. I'm going to go
So-
out on a limb here and say it's rather salty.
Yeah. So, for those at home, there's been a problem with the recipe cards. There was a typo, and so the recipe card said 1/4 cup, where it should have been 1/4 teaspoon. So this ongoing discussion of the salinity, it's equal for all unless someone didn't follow that instruction, because as Julia would have said, what would you do that with unless it was a shrimp boil? So that's salty.
Okay.
I got to say, the salt really does hit you like a sledgehammer at first, but your palate gets kind of used to it somewhat.
I just feel it in here. Whatever this is, I feel it in here.
It's called a cavity.
Yeah.
Are we eating
Okay.
the second one yet? Or no?
Yeah, let's move on.
Which one are you choosing?
To the Cutie Pie coaches.
Okay, so that is the...
This is the honey glaze.
Honey glaze.
Honey
salty
glazed. I think they
What
said
did you guys say it looked like?
A poached,
poached
egg.
egg.
Yes.
They said this is salted caramel. Woo!
Lord have mercy.
I think y'all looked at that excessive salt recipe and said, let's put a little more in there.
I thought the honey would help.
Maybe the honey might be bringing it out even more. I don't know.
I took 2 little bites. I took one of just like the very top with just the honey and the sugar, and it was quite tasty, and then I got in.
Uh-huh.
It changed everything.
Needless to say, they might just need to keep coaching. Stay out of the kitchen.
Woo.
All right.
All right, last one.
Now we're going
this has to be the
facilities and maintenance.
Where the chocolate's on the bottom.
All right, Lord, please let this be better than the last 2.
Yeah,
The Sweetheart Saints, here we go.
Is it less salty to you?
Yes, I was just thinking the same thing.
Yeah, so either
still pretty darn salty.
Either it's worn us down, or they did something different here.
Yeah.
Well, presentation-wise, how y'all feeling?
Well, poached egg has the most presence. It's more, it's the firmest.
Mm-hmm.
Jackson Pollock is the loosest.
Yes. I do like the presentation of the less salty one with the powdered sugar. Just gave it a little voila.
This really is going to be tough to judge because there's
right.
one common theme that runs through it all.
I gotta say, even though it probably loses on presentation, the one from admin, the chocolate on top, helped.
Did it?
Yeah, to me, yeah.
Okay. The chocolate on top.
Well, our maintenance and security friends over at the Sweetheart Saints would say you just didn't get to the bottom of theirs for their chocolate.
That's true. Right. I didn't get to the bottom. I wonder
and
why
there's a
that
reason
might
why.
be.
Yes.
Well, we are going to have to get to the bottom of this and pick a winner.
Time for a quick break. Keep those contributions coming in. Support your favorite team and St. Andrew's School.
So the Clark Institute for Advanced Studies is a consortium of programs, specifically the Bauer InStar Scholars Program, EPIC, and Aspire. And those 3 programs are built to kind of give students the chance to create an independent program and dive into something a little bit deeper than they would beyond their normal realm. I would say that the InStar Scholars Program is innovative because it's giving students the chance to do something that they would not normally be able to do in a high school career. The things that our students are learning as a 9th grader or a 10th grader here at St. Andrews are things that I was introduced to in graduate school. So the Bauer InStar Scholars Program is an independent research program set up for students to dive into research in their own particular interests. We work with those students and find studies that are unique and novel to their specific area of interest, and then work with them to develop their own research program. While doing that, they also go through a series of seminars and training programs so that they have the necessary tools to be able to work and complete an independent study on their own. And also work with students to becoming better scientists, whether that's through training programs in parametric and non-parametric statistical testing or experimental design. My job is to really be there to help the students navigate this road that we've created for them. And I think being able to do that is a way for a student to see rather than just learn about. It's amazing what you can learn about science when you are immersed into the experience as opposed to just learning about it.
All right, teams, you all did a great job for this first challenge. Kudos to you for your effort. And now I think we're gonna announce the winner, all right? Can y'all do a drum roll? And the winner of the first Elmer's Glue Poached Egg Tofu Marshmallow Challenge is the Sweetheart Saints. So we took a few things into consideration. The flavor was the least salty. The presentation, the sugar, powdered sugar, that helped. and consistency of it, and your language. You know, pop the palate, salinity. That was good. That was good. You really convinced us of something that did not exist. So thank you so much. All right. So as the winner, your team gets to sport these cool chef hats, proclaiming. Wait a minute. Come on, not again. No way. Where is he? Where are they?
Happens every time, doesn't it?
George! George!
Ever since retirement, you just can't
There he is.
Ah, here he is. Hi, George. Thank you so much. Please.
Come on, boss man.
Y'all have
Who won? Y'all win?
Oh, right over here. The Sweetheart Saints.
Don't listen to them.
The Kings. King of the kitchen. There you go, King William.
William, you got to wear that in the traffic line.
That fits perfectly.
King.
Do y'all know
Thank
who
you.
this is? This is the
you
former
sure
head
you
of school,
deserve
Dr. George. Y'all
Dr.
know
George
who this
Phoenix.
is? Yes.
Thank you.
He has like a beanie.
Could be my biggest honor ever.
Like a crown. There's a beanie.
Does
All
he
right.
live in the back of the Commons? Because, you know, every time we come out here, all of a sudden he shows up out of nowhere.
You know, you have a good point.
I heard y'all needed some water.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
Well, thank you.
Jeff is trying to blow
I
your
take back
cover
everything
where you
I
live.
said, sir. Thank you.
I just follow directions around here.
Oh,
Thank you so much, Dr. George. Watch your step on the way down.
Very welcome.
All right.
Congratulations.
So, as I was saying, the winners of this challenge each receive a fabulous chef hat. Congratulations, they look good
This is
on you.
Not good.
These hats should be worn throughout the next challenge to remind your competition that you are, in fact, the champions of the first challenge. And, for now, confectionery royalty. All right? How about give yourselves a hand? Give yourself a pat on the back. There you go.
Boo.
Thank you.
All right, are you ready for the second challenge, the Champions Challenge? Yes, it probably tastes better that way. Yes.
Oh, I'm sorry. I was just making my lunch. I'm sorry.
All right, everything's better burnt, right? I
Dr.
imagine
Moore.
so. All right, now that the first challenge is over, we've established our champions for the first challenge. We're gonna get ready for the second challenge, all right? You have a clean slate. It's time to reset and get ready for the second challenge, the Champions Challenge, to see who really loves St. Andrews and is ready to raise the most money, okay? So, Scott, if you will, do the honors. The Champions Challenge is to make these delicious hot chocolate bombs.
Has chocolate baby on the bill.
All right. These delicious treats filled with cocoa mix, marshmallows. See, I told you, if you aced the first challenge, it would help you with this one. These goodies are inside a hard chocolate shell that melts when covered with warm milk. Anybody lactose intolerant? Because that does not matter today. This is an excellent drink for cold winter nights, okay? So, the team that had the worst marshmallows, we're gonna give you some help this time. And that would be the Cutie Pie coaches, okay?
That's the worst.
I'm sorry. You all seem to have a hard time. So we're gonna give you some help this go round, okay? For this challenge, you will be the only ones to get a buzzer, all right? You should be familiar with buzzer life, right?
Yeah.
If you feel the competition is getting ahead, press the buzzer and they will have to stop for a one-man concert by none other than Scott Albert Johnson. Yeah, you didn't think we were gonna let you get out of here without performing, right, Scott?
I guess not.
So, when this happens, the two other teams will have to stop and listen to Scott's 5-minute performance, but you can keep on baking, okay?
Hear that? Those keep baking.
Can I ask a favor, and maybe just of the judges here?
What's that?
Do we have to have them use their marshmallows in this next dish? Can't they just use one of these marshmallows like I just made with my s'more that was delicious?
Yes.
Can we do that?
I concur with Mr.
I'm not
Good.
opposed. I'm not opposed.
EPA came and got the others first.
All right, teams, you have 45 minutes to complete this challenge and make the most delicious hot chocolate bombs that you have ever made. Are you ready?
Yes.
All right, let's get to baking and cooking and making these chocolate bombs. Blow it up, let's go. Let's go back to Emmy at Nandy's to see how a professional might make a hot chocolate bomb.
Cocoa balls are a craze, like right now. It's also a craze that happened, I really think, in COVID as people were sitting at home. You know, what can we do? And you start watching your TikTok, and I'll be honest, it hit us last year like a tidal wave. I mean, we actually were laughing last night about staying up till midnight making cocoa balls. But you're gonna take your chocolate and it's really trying to make a nice, even application into your mold that is a tempered chocolate. Now, if it's not gonna temper, it's not gonna come out well. It's gonna stick to your molds, or it's gonna look cloudy, or it's gonna maybe more have a crumbly consistency. And then also, how do you put them together? Well, a lot of people are gonna do different things. So it'll be a challenge to see which one does one that holds together the best.
Alright, what do you got? Any more? Get this?
So you want more chocolate to be in the center of it.
Oh, there's somebody's interested in me, right? Like somebody is like, oh, they spelled my name right first. They put H at the end of A with Sarah. And yeah, somebody maybe wanna take me out to dinner or...
Hey, give me some water.
Yeah.
Wait. Dude, somebody's into me. They said they like my hair. Think this for real?
No, that might be a trick. We better ignore that. Well, I maybe thought they was trying to throw us off in what we was trying to do, because we was concentrating so hard. So I said, oh no, let's ignore this letter. They trying to throw us off.
I wasn't falling for it. I put an H on the end of her name too. I reminded her of that.
He did.
And that we had a task at hand and we had to stay focused. But she drew back in because she's committed. She's committed.
My first reaction was Jeff Good, but that probably wouldn't make any sense since he's a judge. So I guess Kevin seems a little bit like a prankster.
That's who I thought too, Kevin.
Yeah.
Love letters? I don't know what you're talking about.
On my honor, I have no idea
Yeah.
about that.
I do have nice hair. That's true.
Okay.
All right. Get to work.
Yeah, let's get to work.
All right.
All right, everybody, want to let you know there's just 20 minutes left. 20 minutes to Chocolate Bomb! Away.
Great. All right, Kevin. We just need to get 3 good ones.
I'll do the last
Time out. Time out.
Time out.
Flag on the play. So, Cutie Pie coaches have decided that you guys are too productive. And so, what's going to happen now is you are going to have a 5-minute concert by Scott Albert Johnson, and I'm going to join him. So they're going to work, and y'all come enjoy us do this concert, all right? There we go.
Don't leave mad, just
Bye.
leave.
Bye. Drop the spoon.
Bye.
Drop the spoon,
champ.
Space and time around me can't hold me anymore. It's just the beginning.
We're a second half team, always have been. Whether it's second half of a game, second half of the season.
Second half of a challenge.
Yeah, same thing. All of it. We don't get panicked. We got poise.
the ability to perform under stressful conditions, we got it under wraps.
Thank you. Thank you. Back to baking, everybody.
I thought they were rushing the stage.
No such luck.
Four minutes on the clock. 4 minutes. Fourth quarter. No overtime. All right, so, Sweetheart Saints, what do you have for us? Please reveal your chocolate bomb. Ah, okay.
We have prepared today for you a chocolate bomb that has got cocoa mix, chocolate chips, marshmallows, and it has been decorated with a pink icing of an SA with a little bit of glitter and pizzazz to really pop the letters.
Are these the same marshmallows from the first challenge?
No, these are...
No.
Thank God. Okay. All right. Well, it looks pretty good. All right. Well, we can't wait to taste it. Thank you.
All righty.
And next up, how can we forget the Cutie Pie coaches from the first challenge? And looks like you guys have outdone yourselves this time. Please reveal your chocolate bombs. Don't knock it. Okay.
Baked it.
Boom.
Baked it, boom.
Yeah, we got some basketballs.
Yeah.
We got a couple basketballs. Now this one didn't flatten out. This is actually a heart. The reason why it looks flatter than the other two, we used the heart molds on that one.
Okay, it broke.
Well, it kind of melted a little bit.
Okay.
But no, we were the only ones that used the heart.
Well, you got
We're
heart.
special.
We're special
You know,
like that.
to many.
So what's in these?
We have
bombs?
inside. We have the cocoa mix, marshmallows. We put some chocolate sprinkles in there, and then we drizzled some of the outside chocolate inside also.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
Glitter. You know, make it pretty.
Yeah, that's
Glitter.
on the outside.
Yep.
We put some glitter. And
All right, coaches. Well,
right.
we appreciate your bombs, and we look forward to diving into them. Thank you. Okay. Last but certainly not least, let's take a look at the Amore Admin chocolate bombs.
Baked it.
Baked it.
Oh.
What's that garnish? Is that a carrot?
different.
What is that?
That is an orange slice.
An orange slice, okay.
We went with some orange flavor inside. We took some orange zest and made a debatable simple syrup and put it in the middle with some marshmallows and some chocolate.
And we allowed open windows in each of the balls so that the flavor could spread more quickly once it's dipped into the hot milk.
Oh, fancy, kid. That's head of the school talk right there.
You know what that is?
That's not you like you broke it and now you're
No,
after the fact.
those are
explaining.
windows for flavor.
Windows.
Flavor windows.
These are St. Andrews folks. They've got some vocabulary.
Yes,
That's
great.
true.
Excellent. Okay. Well, how do you feel? You confident that you're going to win this challenge?
Yes,
Yeah.
I'm very confident.
Y'all were pretty close to winning the last time, so we will see. All right, guys. Are you ready to try these chocolate bombs?
Let's do it. Let's bomb some chocolate.
First thing I just want to say before putting this in is this has very good structure. So
Yes.
you see, so that is
pretty sturdy.
holding together.
It's round.
Yep.
Yeah. What you
All right.
call it? A sphere.
All right, here we go.
All right. I'm dropping it.
Look at that thing just melt down. That is amazing.
Oh, this milk is warm.
Oh,
much
you know
milk?
what we need? Oh,
The whole
look at the
thing?
little marshmallows come out. It worked. I should look at that. Look at you
And
guys.
look at you can see it getting darker as the chocolate melts.
Yep.
Oh, goodness.
I mean,
All right. What you think?
That is
that's everything a chocolate
that
bomb
is
should be.
not bad.
That's everything a chocolate bomb should be. That's perfect.
Jeff?
That's great.
All right. Sweetheart Saints
Well
off to
done.
a good start.
Well
Reigning
done.
champs starting strong. Okay. Let's move on to the Cutie Pie coaches.
It is cutie pie. It's cute. Not quite as round, but it makes up for it with judicious use of sprinkles.
And is yours heavy as all get out? I mean, this is.
Because
there's money in the middle. Well, hold on a second then.
Money in the middle.
All right. I'm like waiting for the treat to come out.
Are they coming out?
I don't know.
Scott?
You getting a treat?
The what?
Is anything
The
coming up?
explosion.
Yeah, it's kind of doing something.
Oh, I have 2 marshmallows.
I had 3 marshmallows.
They rose to the top.
Once again, this is delicious, guys. Isn't that good?
It's very good. The chocolate doesn't hit you. It didn't hit me as hard, but that's not necessarily a bad thing. It's a little more subtle, but it's very good.
It's delicious.
Scott means business. His glasses right here on his nose.
Yeah.
He means business.
And now for something completely different.
Last but not least, we have the Amore admin. They did something.
Do you remember their first plate was the Jackson Pollock?
Yeah, yeah.
Well, I think I have a Salvador Dali here.
Okay, okay.
It's just a little bit.
A melting clock.
It's, yeah, exactly. You know, and the wedge. So, unfortunately, there's not structure, but.
Oh, it's the flavor window.
It's
the flavor window.
Exactly
The window to your soul.
It's a chocolate
I'm gonna
clam.
hold off on the squeeze until afterwards. Lots of marshmallows.
And is this cinnamon kind of on the?
Ooh.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh.
I was at their station.
I'm a fan of cinnamon, so.
They had cinnamon.
So, you must have known that.
Pretty good.
Pretty good. Pretty good.
Very tasty. More subtle than the first one. Probably about equally subtle with the Cutie Pie Coaches. I did taste the orange, but not dramatically.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I can't fault any of these. They're all good.
Yeah, they're all excellent. Yeah.
What we're gonna do now, we're gonna go in our huddle and see who's gonna be the champion. This is tough. This is tough.
Let's step away one more time to help pay the bills. It's not too late to contribute. Hit us up now.
How local is Bank Plus? We're here, and here. And we're with you here, and here. Wherever, whenever you need us. We make our banking decisions right here because local means more than a location. It means a commitment to deliver more for our customers and our communities. Your bank, your plus, Bank Plus.
All right, teams. First of all, you should each be proud of yourselves. The first challenge was a challenge, and this second round, you guys improved tremendously.
Let's give them all a little round.
Let's give you a hand. Yes, yes. You all did well. And after some serious deliberation, we would like to announce the winner of the Chocolate Bomb Trophy.
I got a song.
You got a
Guys.
Check it down, check it down, check it down now.
This is what y'all did. Teams, you dropped the bomb on us.
We keep it under 15 seconds to make sure we don't have any trademark problems. You're welcome, Kevin. You're welcome very much.
Yeah.
Keep that liability down.
I was wondering about
no
it.
copyright issues.
Some of y'all too young to know that song, probably.
NSYNC. Yeah.
That's
All right.
not in sync.
All right. NSYNC ain't never been that funky. Okay.
I love NSYNC. Favorite boy boy band of all time to me.
Yeah, because you're 12. All right. Now,
and fly.
The moment
with swag.
You've all been waiting for. The moment you've all been waiting for. You want to do a drum roll really quickly? The winner of the Champions Trophy in the year of our Lord 2022. The Sweetheart Saints.
Woo! Nice job.
Pretty elated. I mean, this is something that we did collectively together.
Yes.
I think we do a lot of it together at the school, and I mean, it just goes to show that we make a good team.
Yes.
And I think we had fun today.
That's right.
But in the end, I mean, cream rises to the top, and that's us.
That's right.
Yeah.
All good stuff from the bottom comes to the top.
Yeah.
So, everybody's going to get a trophy, but Team Sweetheart Saints are the champions for today. Let's give them a hand one more time. Thank you all for your participation, for being great sports. That is it for Farm to Table's Baked It. This is the Valentine's edition presented by Bank Plus. Thank you to our sponsors. Everyone, thanks for watching, and know that there's still time to contribute. Stay safe, make something sweet for your favorite sweeties, and of course, go Saints! That's it, folks. Thank you.
We'd like to offer a special thank you to our many host sponsors, without whose support this production would not have been possible.
Class of 2030. Go Saints! Go Mr. Bouillon and Mr. Brown!
Let's go, Cutie Pie Coaches! We love y'all. Good luck. We're 7-0, baby. Let's go.
The class of 2031 wishes all the teams in the Farm to Table Bake Off good luck. Good luck!
That's all for Farm to Table presents Baked It, sponsored by Bank Plus. But there's still time to donate. Thanks for watching, and go Saints!
George, do you think they're coming?
I don't know, but I'm getting drenched.
So am I. What is their problem? They need to come on. It's wasting our time. So irritating.